What's up, y'all? And coincidentally, happy Friday. We are doing some antique reorganizing today. So I figured, hey, as always, this video, I've got, that's like 2 whole plastic bins. And I've got this out of the truck because it has been living in the truck for a good 10 years or so. Out of one of the towers, and I've mentioned in other videos, and I'm trying to lighten the load a little bit, and this metal is just heavy, and there are a few things in here, as they say in the world of dealing with parts galore. If you don't use it in, like, 3 or 4 or 5 years, then you probably don't need it. And obviously here I kind of went above and beyond as far as putting in different rosettes and stuff. Now I still am going to keep a couple of each one, but when I set this kit up, I kind of made the mistake of getting a little carried away. Instead of a couple of each one, I would have like 4 of each one, on the theory that I had to do 2 or 3 doors with new rosettes. But I don't really ever do that. If I need to do that, usually we have an email and we know that we're going to be doing that, so then I can add to just a temporary bin, which of course is how the bins get all scattered and parts go everywhere in them. But basically, I just don't need to carry 6 of those, maybe 2, because I also have the antique brass color. So, I'm thinking about just knocking out like 2 and 2. That's one of those things that where you really have to remember to go replace it when you use it. And then, of course, I've got a bunch of doorknobs in here. I have run across one of these one day, and I actually needed it with me, so that went in there. It's one of those things, if you get a call about an antique, and that's a pretty fella right there, but it's also like 3 pounds. Everything I can take out of the van nowadays, of course, helps with gas. As we all know, gas is ridiculous. So I'm just going to lessen some of these rosettes. I don't need 50 of these little guys in here. I don't need 15 of these little guys. And the biggest problem, though, really is spindles. There are so many different types of spindles, y'all. And, knobs, too. You're like, wait, are you planning on putting that in your truck? I'm probably going to put most of it in there. What I'm probably going to do here, because one problem I have is there's no need, if I'm working on one door and I put all this in one container, like this Craftsman guy right here that's waiting patiently, that was going to be used for cam locks, but I changed my mind, and then I was like, well, I'm just going to buy another one. But my local Lowe's has been out of them. Of course, when I want to go buy one more of those, they're not going to have them in stock. Just like with the rigid open top containers, I need one more of those, and my local Home Depot has not had those. So basically what I'm doing here is trying to minimize all of that to either A, just carrying a couple of knobs, say some of the more common ones that definitely get used, the little lighter weight ones, and of course the antique glass ones, those we run across pretty much on a daily. And then the egg-shaped knobs, those are popular, but they're heavy. So there's also screw, so that screws in there. And then there's also a slip-on, a non-screw. Just screw that screw. So as of right now, I can already see that I need the slip-on version as well, which I probably have. Nope, not screw, that's an egg. Where's another egg? There's another egg. Both antique brass. There is a antique brass screw as well. Yep, there's a slip-on. So, both of them are heavy as heck. That one's pretty bad. But almost always whenever I replace a customer, it's just gonna look just like this. So nothing really ever goes wrong with these, I'm going to say. I will say that sometimes the thread gets all wallowed out on those, so those are kind of a little bit more common to replace. But, here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 or 4 of them are threaded, and then I've got 2 or 3 over there. Well, I've only got the 1 over here. Anyway, long story short, I got to narrow it all down. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take the spindles. And as you can see here, just got them in a half variety of kits. And I'm gonna narrow that down for sure. And hopefully, let's see, what's the standard? Here's a standard length one right there. And yes, it does fit. These little guys I ordered off of eBay. I can't remember, but if you're interested in him, he does, you probably do 3D printed dividers for whatever toolbox system you have. So yeah, let's say this, but the longer ones don't fit. So that's kind of a problem whenever I'm thinking about making a kit out of one of these for that. So, you know, maybe, I don't know, this actually is looking kind of good for spare parts, because there are, you know, dump all these plastic bags out. But what I really want to do is I want to get a sealed one, because some of these are bright brass finish and it's not real great. That's why I've left as many of them as possible in plastic. It's not real great with the humidity and stuff. And then I've got like these little guys. Whenever I had a job out in the field, I'd end up invariably needing a few of these little screws and maybe a couple of Mylar washers. So I'd have to go back to the truck. What I'd like to do is get an antique call and be able to walk in with one kit and very rarely only have to go back to the truck if I decided I needed a new knob. So what I may do is just fill this completely with knobs, keep a few separate, and then try to set up a kit of some style with all these various parts. And this isn't even all the parts. There's one more parts plastic bin that I've got, a couple more of these guys, which are the yokes or chokes or yoke chokes, whatever, the cylinder retainer things in bald ones. Pretty frequently have to replace those. And then of course one of the more common things is the 5399 112G conversion kits for tubular style handle sets. So I keep those obviously in. Now that I've pulled out one of these, I've got basically a pull out open top drawer. And what I'm doing is I'm putting that kind of stuff in it. So anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning. These guys hopefully are going to their new home today. And then, yeah, I'm going to come back and I'm going to try again for the cam lock kit, because I started thinking I already have a cam lock kit. It's right there. It's right there. It's just not overly organized. So I'm just going to rework that guy. And long story short, just try to get some weight out of the van, a little bit anyway, because I definitely don't need, you know, 7 or 8 oval egg knobs. I maybe only need one of each, one good looking one and one maybe kind of off looking one, I don't know. But yeah, it's hard. Y'all know how it is with parts and stuff. Anyway, just thought I would update you with what I'm doing today. Aside from going to replace like 16 mailboxes, I posted that video, the unboxing yesterday, and I didn't get out to do it yesterday, so I got to go out and do it today. As soon as Kim gets here, which should be just in a few minutes, so I'm going to leave all this here. Hopefully I don't get an emergency antique call while literally every piece of antique part stuff is in the shop instead of in my truck. Yeah, that always happens. You take the stuff out of your truck to organize it and get it all straightened again once you see that it's getting messy. And then while you're doing it, while it's all strewn out, you go to one call to say open a car, do mailbox locks, and then all of a sudden you get a call, oh hey, I'm on so-and-so street, and you look at your map and you're like, shit, that's two streets over from where I'm at. But you know what? I don't have any of my antique stuff because it's all at the house or all at the shop. Anyway, just another day. I just thought I'd pop in for a minute, say hey to everybody. I hope to see y'all on Saturday Morning Live, Season 4, Episode 22 tomorrow. Always between 11 and 1 Central Standard Time. Other than that, if you don't get to join in, I hope y'all have a great weekend. Make sure and watch the replay if you can. I have no idea what we're doing tomorrow, but as always, that makes for the more fun broadcast. I do know that I'm gonna hope that our camera does not act up. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's been acting up a little bit, I guess because of all the action that we've been doing. Probably won't be as exciting as last week. And now you like my new light over there? Look at that purple. Ooh, we got 2 of them. I haven't even plugged the other one in yet. I got to do that today when I get back in. We're gonna put the other one outside because June is Alzheimer's Month, and we lost a wonderful lady that has been around the area forever to Alzheimer's. So that may be what this purple is all about too, to tell you the truth. So anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. Hope y'all have a great weekend. If you can't join in live tomorrow between 11 and 1 Central Standard Time, make sure and rewatch it when you can and chime in the comments so that we know that you may not have been there live, but you were in spirit and in heart. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a great weekend. We'll catch y'all next video.